Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode I'll be recapping Clarksons Farm Season 4, Episode 1, titled Soloing, which was originally released on the 23rd of May 2025, and I'm recording this episode under 2 months later on the 15th of July 2025. Before I get on with the recap, here is the Clarksons Farm Season 4 trailer.
I want to make it plain that I am absolutely thrilled to bits for Caleb. But he has left me just a little bit in the lurch. Please, come on. It's freezing cold and soaking wet. Come on. I've got to be honest, I'm having a tottering time. While Caleb's away, I'm going to need a hand. You've seen Clarksons Farm?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you?
No.
I'm on. Someone help me. She's brilliant.
Should I trim your eyebrows?
What's the matter with my eyebrows?
Are you kidding?
I'm on.
That's so tiny. What should we call it?
Richard Ham. You know you're in the show. Oh, a brilliant idea. Gonna buy a pub. What? Well, give me a drink. No, I've got to be honest. When I first looked round, that hadn't fallen down.
Oh, man! The only thing that would help this shithole is a wrecking ball.
So they drilled holes from cubicle to cubicle.
I don't think that was to improve ventilation.
Yeah.
Start with the old thing and then the old thing on board again, pal.
Yeah. Pigs have clitorises. I didn't know that.
Jesus. Yeah, he can't find it either, I can see it.
I want to get it open by the August bank holiday.
Fuck it now.
The carvery is now open.
Power cut, fans are dead, no gas. Lunch service is a bus, basically.
Son of a bitch! No, wait.
Why is he going 100 miles an hour?
Stop the tractor!
I think we get rid of Harvey Swinstein.
Harvey Swinstein.
Him?
So the scientist. It's a scientist.
Actor.
It's a scientist.
Give me a goddamn drink.
You've been at school, haven't you? You've been learning how to be a dog. Come here. And heel.
Oh!
Oh.
That was the Clarksons Farm Season 4 trailer, and I showed you that because right now I'm going to recap Clarksons Farm Season 4 Episode 1, titled Soloing. It is currently raining. Jeremy is currently in the cow pen. Jeremy asks the cows to not do something. Jeremy drives his car and opens a gate. Jeremy carries a bucket whilst talking to the pigs. Jeremy feeds the pigs. Jeremy reveals his feelings about the fame Caleb is currently experiencing, as well as what he wants for Caleb in the future. Caleb is currently on an arena tour. Jeremy asks the pigs to stop. We then have the Clarksons Farm title sequence. Jeremy reveals he's currently doing all the farm jobs solo. Jeremy attempts to wake up the pigs. Jeremy requotes someone about farming. Jeremy lists what his farm includes. Jeremy feeds the chickens. Jeremy finds an excessive amount of bird food. Jeremy feeds the goats. Jeremy warns the goats. Jeremy mentions Lisa. Jeremy reveals what Lisa is currently up to. Lisa reveals what she is doing. Jeremy attempts to operate a digger. Jeremy does this unsuccessfully. Jeremy answers his phone to Charlie. Charlie informs Jeremy why they have an excessive amount of bird food. Charlie breaks up. Jeremy reveals what he has to do on the farm today. Jeremy and Charlie discuss their new plans for the farm. Charlie helps Jeremy understand multiple things. Charlie gives Jeremy some advice. Charlie informs Jeremy of some new positives about being a farmer. Jeremy lists some wars based on one of Charlie's comments. Jeremy mentions Caleb currently being on tour. Jeremy reveals what he's currently doing. Jeremy compares himself to a pilot. Jeremy insults a device. Scenes for a previous Clarksons Farm episode are shown. Jeremy explains his newest invention. Jeremy mentions Gordon Ramsay. Jeremy tests his newest invention. Jeremy celebrates. Jeremy compares himself to a farming celebrity. Jeremy learns that his newest invention has stopped working. Jeremy also learns that the device he insulted now works. Jeremy starts to panic after hearing a noise. Jeremy starts to panic after hearing a noise. Jeremy reveals what that noise was. Jeremy also reveals what he must now do. Jeremy mentions Caleb. Jeremy swears. Jeremy has found the thing he needed. Jeremy lists some of the things he has done. Jeremy starts panicking again. Jeremy sorts out his current issues. Jeremy mentions Charlie, the government and satellites. Jeremy mentions this episode taking place in winter. Jeremy discovers multiple new problems. Jeremy and Charlie reunite. Jeremy is honest with Charlie. Jeremy mentions Lisa and Caleb. Jeremy corrects Charlie. Jeremy asks Charlie if he can organise some help for him during Caleb's absence. Jeremy reveals Caleb's replacement is to arrive in a few hours. Jeremy mentions Santa's training. Jeremy attempts to get Santa to do something. Jeremy lists what he has done before. Jeremy meets Harriet. Harriet reveals she has come from Derbyshire. Harriet mentions coffee and tea. Jeremy apologises to Harriet. Harriet mentions her granddad and dad having a farm. Harriet reveals she hasn't watched Clarksons farm. Jeremy tells Harriet about Caleb. Jeremy mentions Julian Clary and Lenny Henry. Harriet only knows Lenny Henry for adverts. Jeremy informs Harriet how he has been coping with the farm whilst he has been on his own. Jeremy gives Harriet a tour of the farm. Jeremy asks Harriet to do something else. Harriet insults Jeremy's hedge. Jeremy insults Surrey. Harriet corrects Jeremy multiple times. Jeremy showcases Harriet's phone's locked screen. Harriet mentions her boyfriend. Jeremy finds a large pile of wood. Harriet insults Jeremy. Jeremy explains something to Harriet. Jeremy mentions Jesus. Harriet helps Jeremy operate a digger successfully. Jeremy insults the tractor that Harriet owns. Jeremy and Charlie reunite. Jeremy and Charlie compliment Harriet. Jeremy mentions TikTok. Jeremy reveals Harriet is a TikToker. One of Harriet's TikToks is shown. Jeremy believes he doesn't understand TikTok. Harriet doing multiple tasks on the farm is shown. Jeremy reveals Harriet's work ethic has meant he doesn't need to be on the farm as much. Jeremy mentions the farm shop. Jeremy explains part of the shop. A time jump of a few days occurs. Jeremy informs Charlie that he's planning on buying a pub. Jeremy interrupts Charlie multiple times. Charlie reveals 20,000 pubs have closed since 2000. Jeremy informs Charlie informs Jeremy of HR. Jeremy attempts to defend his pub buying decision to Charlie, and the episode finishes off with a preview of the next episode. That is my recap of Clarksons Farm Season 4, Episode 1, titled Sidewing. Let me know what you thought of it if you watched it. My recap, if you didn't, you can put your thoughts on both of those in the comments below, as well as anything else from the current channel, such as any previews or recaps. Put those in the comments below as well. Remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you in a future episode. But just before I go, remember there are 2 episodes of the podcast every single day. The first episode releases at 11 AM GMT, and the second episode releases at 3 PM GMT. And with that, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.